And we are back with Sega All-Star Tennis.
What are we doing today, brother?
One of the marathons.
It's about time we do a marathon.
Singles tournament.
Okay, so we'd be playing
as usual.
Sonic's #1. Sonic's on the run.
Oh, I'm playing against Tails.
Knuckles and Tails. I'm just kidding.
So, what has been happening with the Has-Been community?
Well, a lot of things have been happening to the Has-Been community, brother. Let's see here. There's a lot of new pins. And one of my favorite artists, shout out to Squid Ink, just released some new Alistair and Angel pins, and I'm already eyeballing 2 of those designs.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to think, nothing much. I just know that the cast have made schedules to go to different conventions. Mainly, I can't think of their names off the top of my head.
I've got it.
Wait, no, that's a lie. Omar, Erica, and Blake are making plans to go to conventions. I saw the list on Omar's Twitter. Yeah, and I just find it so cool how they get to travel to conventions and see all the other fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I find that really cool, especially since I got to meet Wait, no, man. I was gonna say Edward Bosco, but we're talking about the new cast.
Yeah.
I haven't got to meet any of the new cast, but maybe at Big Texas Comic Con, you know?
Yeah.
At Big Texas Comic Con, we get to have a chance to meet them. Which is weird because I found out for San Japan that about like 6 weeks later is gonna be 6 or 5 weeks later is gonna be Big Texas Comic Con.
Yeah, yeah.
And also Elijah Wood's gonna be there, and so is Steve from Blue's Clues.
Ooh.
I know, our childhood hero, brother. How does that make you feel?
I don't know, the same way how I felt when he first released his message.
I know, I mean, I'm not gonna say, but it made a lot of people cry.
Yep.
Yeah, it was so cool. I mean, I knew him, and I know he was in Young Sheldon. I saw the Young Sheldon series because I did like the Big Bang Theory. So I saw Young Sheldon series, and when I saw him, I was like, hey, I know who that is. Even though he's bald and he has a mustache, I recognize him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was all happy. I recognize him. Man, but I remember as a kid, I remember seeing that episode as a kid when he went off to college and Joe took over.
Oh, yeah.
And Joe took over. Now, I'm not saying that Joe was a bad host, it's just that as a kid, you know, when Blue's Clues first started, we started off with Steve, and then we had to go from Steve to Joe, which does happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just like the fact that that's how it was approached, you know, as us kids, like passing the baton and such. But I remember there was a bunch of freaking rumors, and I hated it.
Oh, yeah.
I remember our older sister told us, oh yeah, well, you know the reason why they replaced Steve, and these is her words, guys, not mine. She was saying the reason why the reason why they replaced Steve because he got fat. And I was like, what? You know, as a kid, I was like, what? That's not right.
Yeah, that's not right.
And then people were like, yeah, man, he started doing drugs and started hallucinating. I was like, what the heck? I mean, I didn't know this until like a couple of years ago. I'm talking about like maybe 3 years ago, but I didn't know that, well, I don't know if they have it anymore, but Nick used to have Nick at Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the rumors were so bad that Nick did, they had a talk show, I don't know where I don't remember who the host was, but they actually had, they had Steve from Blue's Clues, you know, because a lot of parents would be watching the Nick at Night. And they were talking to him about the whole thing because that's how bad the rumors was.
Yeah.
I just like the fact that not Nickelodeon's the cartoon, that Nick at Night was like, hey, let's put these rumors to rest. Let's bring the actor here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just to clear things up.
Yeah, exactly. I just like the way they cleared things up. Now, remember, guys, back then we didn't have social media. You know, there was none of that back then. So if somebody said something like I said about Steve, when people were like, oh yeah, well he did drugs, he started hallucinating. You know, I mean, it's like, do we believe it? Do we not believe it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hold up. Sorry about that.
Yeah, there was some glitching.
Yeah.
Get it? Glitch? Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyways. Yeah, because back then we really didn't have social media back then. I think a few of you guys remember we had like newspapers and such. You know, so we just read, well, parents read the news. And then we also, I don't remember watching the news much as a kid. I really don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, but I like the fact that Nick, like, handled the situation really nicely. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, and then, because I remember we liked Blue's Clues as a kid. We saw Blue's Clues when it first came out. We saw Blue's Clues when it first came out.
And of course the musical.
Oh my gosh, the music. Okay, I like how you're playing Sonic and I'm over here talking about Blue's Clues. Okay, here's the thing about the musical. I think that's what the story would be for.
Sonic. Yes.
That was one of the coolest shows I remember seeing as a kid was Blue's Clues, the musical. It was that and then Monster Truck Jam.
Mhm.
I mean, I know monster trucks are cooler, but when you're a kid and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go see Blue's Clues live. I don't know why. As a kid, wasn't that our top priority as a kid, brother?
Yep.
Like we were two little kids and we're like, we want to see Blue's Clues live. And then Dad became the best dad ever, and he's like, hey, I got tickets to go see Blue's Clues live, and we're all happy. Like we had stars in our eyes and everything. But the only issue that our mother saw was that Blue's Clues Live was on the same day of our older sister's birthday party. Now keep in mind that what's a nice way to say it? Growing up, we weren't fans of our older sister. Yeah, she was a meanie weenie. She was like Vicky from Very Odd Parents. She was mean. So I remember our mom was trying to give us a puppy dog eyes, and she was like, "But it's gonna be your sister's birthday. You're gonna miss her party. What's more important to you kids? Blue's Clues Live or your sister's birthday?" And me and brother were like, Blue's Clues Live. Yep, Blue's Clues Live is more important than our older sister's birthday party.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Now, the funny thing about that was, I remember the show vaguely, because obviously we were kids. I remember little kids running around. I had no idea how the heck Dad put up with us.
Yeah.
You know, watching the show Sonic versus Amy. You know,
Dash it.
yeah, I had no idea how Dad put up with us, but I remember kids running around. I remember we had the notebook and the crayon, and whatever Steve drew, we drew too.
Mhm.
But it's funny though, because I remember Blue's Clues. Now, this is the only thing I remember of it. I remember Blue's Clues was like in a big dog suit, right?
Yeah.
And I don't remember if it was the rest of the characters, but Periwinkle. Obviously, it was a person in a costume, but they had openings for their head, so we saw their face. That's all I remember. I don't remember anything else from the musical. I want to know if I can find it on YouTube. You know?
Yeah. Hold up. Why?
Okay, there you go. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps glitching, but it's fine. It's fine. Don't give up. Just go on. Speaking of Blue's Clues. Yeah, and I remember, believe it or not, I was talking about this to Dad a couple of days ago. Because I was talking to him about Big Texas Comic Con. You know, I was like, hey, Dad, you want to go Big Texas Comic Con? They're going to have Elijah Wood there. And I thought Dad was into Lord of the Rings, because I remember I remember us going to the movie theater seeing the first Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
But it turns out it was Mom that liked Lord of the Rings, not Dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember her falling asleep to the Twin Towers, or was that me?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I mean, when you're a kid and you don't know what the heck's going on. It's funny, though, because I can't follow a fantasy movie like that, but yet I follow freaking horror movies.
Yep.
You know, and Legend.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Dad about it, and I go, yeah, Dad, Steve from Blue's Clues gonna be there. Oh my gosh, the last time I saw him, it was at Blue's Clues Live, and then Dad, I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, but he was like, you do know that wasn't the real Steve, right? I was like, what?
Sonic.
I mean, I was like,
Yes.
that wasn't Steve? He said, no, it was a lookalike, but y'all kids can tell the difference, so I just let y'all be. And I was like, oh my gosh, that wasn't Steve? Man, I remember being a kid. I remember being a kid in elementary school, and I was all, yeah, man, I saw Blue's Clues live with my little brother. We saw Steve. And now I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, I know that it was years ago, but I don't think I can take my words back now.
But
I lied to these kids.
But luckily, there's no footage flying around exactly. Because it was so long ago.
Is there? Time for Google. Okay, let's see if there's any footage of this. I mean, I remember Barney live, but I didn't get to see Barney. I mean, we didn't get to see Barney live. I mean, we watched Barney as... What the hell? That's weird. Okay, let's see.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to look for it. Dang it! Don't be silly. I like how I put blue, and the first thing that pops out is blue.
I got it.
For the moment, I felt poison.
Cause you know I'm poison. Your fault.
Okay, seriously, knock it off.
1540. Yeah.
Okay. So I found the commercial, and after seeing them in costume, it all makes sense. Now I remember this show. Let's see.
That's a pretty snazzy performance
Yeah,
there.
they only have the commercial, not the actual.
Yeah, it says 2000. Hold on, I'm gonna see this commercial.
I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog.
I remember this commercial now.
Ew.
Okay, I do remember this commercial, but they don't have this show.
Nope.
Why, did you try looking for it? Be honest, did you try looking for it?
Yes, it was one of those times when I was very curious. I wonder if they have this footage from so long ago.
Now that I see it, this isn't Steve, but we were kids. We were kids, brother.
Yep. Okay, now to the other tournament of Space Channel 5.
Okay. I like how I missed it. I was trying to look for Blue's Clues Live, but yeah, I remember that commercial though.
Mm-hmm.
I remember because we got all happy because the commercial got to show in our town, and they were like live from Metropolis.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry,
Yep.
Metropolis is the first name that popped into my head. You know, playing live at the Metropolis Theater.
Oh, that was simple.
I wonder how did they buy tickets back then?
Yeah.
I remember for us in the city that we live, I'm making this name up, guys, Metropolis, that I think, Dad, you know what, I'll ask Dad this question. You know what? I'm debating if I should call him or not.
Maybe he's busy.
Yeah, because I don't want to call him and he's like, I'm busy, what do you want? Like, remember when I called my roommate? Luckily he wasn't busy. He was just online gaming. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be scared because what if Dad calls and I don't want him to say anything embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, you called for that? I
Yeah.
mean, not the most ridiculous thing I ever called him for. The most ridiculous thing I ever called him for was, what was it? Me and roommate, we were going home because Mom had a birthday party, or Mom had a party, and I had a song stuck in my head. I didn't know the name of the song, but all I knew was the lyrics. So roommate was like, "Why don't you just Google it?" I go, "No, my dad knows the name of the song." And then I called and I asked him, and roommate's like, "You're gonna call your dad in the middle of the night just because of a freaking song?" I said, "Yes, if not, it's be stuck in my head." But it turns out the song was "Fly Away." You know what song I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I want to get away. I want to fly away.
40-30.
Yeah.
Too easy.
I want to get
Okay.
away. Yeah, that was the... I just remembered the main chorus. What's the name of that song? Oh, Dad knows it.
like, do you ever think that we're ever gonna get a Hazbin Hotel musical?
I'm not gonna lie, if they do a Has-Been Hotel musical, you know for a fact I want to go get front row seat tickets. Like, are they gonna have the actual, like, okay, are they gonna get the actual actors that voice him in the show to do it? Because that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome, especially. I would like to see how their costumes gonna look. I mean, obviously you do a Charlie and Alistair. You know, I can see how they're gonna pull. I'm kind of curious what Blake Roman will look like dressed up as Angel. And Joel Phillips dressed up as Valentino. Is he gonna stay in the suit? Or. Because you know Valentino shows his chest, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. So I can imagine that. Like, is he gonna show his chest? That poor Joel. Imagine if they do that. He's gonna have to shave his chest. I mean, I can picture I can picture all the fangirls, you know, going woo. You know, funny you should say that. I saw this drawing on Twitter where Valentino is FaceTiming Vox, right? And then it shows his freaking chest covering most of the phone screen. And freaking Vox just says "cover up, slut." You know what I mean? I was like, oh gosh. I mean, that'd be pretty interesting. But I'm trying to think, how would they do it? I mean, like when Adam is singing to Charlie, how are they gonna lift up? What's his name that plays Adam? Alex Brightman. How are they gonna lift him up? Are they gonna have strings? Like they did? Was it you? Or was it little brother that we saw Toy Story the musical?
Sonic.
No, it was little brother because it was in the summer and we were bored.
Gotcha.
And I was checking up the new videos on YouTube. I was like, hey, look, somebody posted Toy Story the musical. And he goes, ooh, I want to see it. I mean, we saw it, but brother was complaining that there's too much singing. I'm like, it's a musical. Of course they're going to be singing.
Oh, but yet he didn't throw a fit about the Steven Universe movie?
Well, that's different, though, because that was animated. You know, the Toy Story musical was live action. And I guess the one thing that threw me off, because you know the scene in Toy Story when Woody was telling Buzz you can't fly?
Yeah.
Remember, he's plastic. He can't fly. For some reason, in the musical, they turned all that into a song.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, they turned all that to a freaking song. And I thought it was pretty clever because I was like, how are they going to incorporate the people? You know, how they're going to incorporate the kids and the moms? You know, how they're going to do it? But I thought it was pretty interesting because the way this musical started was that it starts off with Andy, you know, playing with his toys. And, like, the whole stage is black in the spotlight on a kid who's playing Andy. You know, just playing with his toys. And then he hears his mom calling him. And he puts his toys down, and then all of a sudden that little light turns off, and then the big light turns on. You know what I mean? Zooms out, and then it shows all of the wooden blocks. And they did the same thing for the Sid scenes too. You know, when Sid appears, they did the same effect. But yeah, but they were singing, and then when the kids came, what they did was that the toys froze, and they had like big silhouettes of the kids running like in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, so I always find it interesting to see like the Broadway musical, you know what I mean? The musical, to see how they're gonna do it, because a lot of them are really creative. And I know you've seen Shrek the musical, right?
Yeah.
Like when Fiona's singing and like the rats, and it's just the dancer's feet that had, you know, that was had like shoe covers all shaped as rats. So I find it interesting how all these musicals, you know, pull all that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, getting to Buzz Lightyear, like when he was proving Woody that he could fly, and I kind of noticed when I watched it, but brother didn't because he was already annoyed with the singing. But Buzz like disappeared under like a big block, and then Woody was singing "You Can't Fly," and then Buzz sings really loud, "Yes, I can," and then he starts flying, but it's really just, you know, wires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really just wires to lift them up. But yeah, I would really like to see a Broadway musical, like, you know, like be there in the theater and watch it. I had an opportunity to see one, but our older sister was too scared. It was Little Shop of Horror.
Sure.
I know, I really wanted to go see Little Shop of Horror because they had Audrey, but he was an animatronic plant, and I go, this is awesome. They showed the commercial for it, but sister was like, no, it's too scary. You're not gonna go see it. And obviously, I didn't have time to go see it. Even though I really wanted to, I mean, Dad was down.
Aren't you worried?
I mean, you know how Dad is. Dad's always down for it.
Yep.
You know, I was like, hey, Dad, can we go see Little Shop? He goes, yeah. But sister said no, and then I had to ask Mom, and Mom said no, because sister said no, and I was like, what? Yeah, it didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see the Broadway of Sweeney Todd.
No, okay.
But it was because it was, well, I don't know if, what's the name of that channel? The one that shows Arthur, Cyber Chase.
It's been a while.
PBS?
I believe so.
PBS Kids, yeah. Yeah, because PBS, I remember, like, in the middle of the day, like, once they're done showing all the cartoons, I remember in the middle of the day, they, showed Sweeney Todd. You know, even though if I wasn't there, it was pretty interesting, because they had a stage I have never seen before.
Man,
that, and
today's
also
not my day.
a lot of musicals. Like I said, I've only seen, like, the films of it. But yeah, it was pretty interesting because they had like no, it wasn't the stage. It was like a 2-story
I've got it.
like mini house. So when the characters go up and down, they turn it and you could see them. Like it shows Mrs. Lovitz, that was played by Angela Lansbury. You know who she is, right?
I think so.
She's Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she played Mrs. Lovitz, and I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, because Sweeney Todd's upstairs, and she's going downstairs trying to keep,
My,
that
that's
guy,
a pretty
the kid,
snazzy
the
performance
Botterburns,
there.
Yeah.
occupied. No, sorry. She was trying to keep the kid occupied, but the kid was played by a grown man. He was trying to keep him occupied while Mr. Todd was upstairs with the master. You know what I mean? So it was pretty interesting. So when he fell, obviously they don't show the blood, but when Todd kills him and he falls, you know, it makes a loud thunk, and the little boy is like, is he alright? You know what I mean? Mrs. Levin's trying, you know what I mean? I thought it was pretty interesting, because you got to see the characters go up and down the stairs, and I was like, that's pretty clever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, that's pretty clever.
Too easy.
Yeah.
Speaking of musicals, were you gonna go see the new Beetlejuice? Or you're not a big Beetlejuice fan? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. It depends on who's singing.
Not the musical, the movie.
Oh, the movie.
Yeah, Beetlejuice 2.
Maybe.
Because I know roommate wants to go see it. I was like, okay, I guess we can go see Beetlejuice 2.
I've got it.
Then maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, because last time we've already talked about what happened, you know, with Alex Brightman and such. But the dude's pretty busy. You know, which is fine. I get it.
Too easy.
Hmm.
I mean, I would love to meet Alex Brightman because he's a pretty interesting guy. I like for the fact that he was already Frizzaroli and Hell of a Boss, right? He was Frizzaroli, and then when Vivian Madrano was telling him about Cosmo Hotel, he was like, okay, cool, I'm in, right? But Vivian was telling him, oh, you need to audition. You know, I can't just say yes.
Yeah.
Cosmo Hotel also has A24. You know, I mean, he auditioned still, and he got the part.
Mm-hmm.
I remember before Has-Been came out. Before it came out this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Before it came out this year, last year, there's somebody on Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was, but they leaked like the audition script.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember because a lot of people were telling him, hey, you're going to get in trouble for this.
I'm so great.
You know, because they leaked the audition script for Adam. Now, it didn't say who played Adam. It was just, I mean, I read the script.
Mm.
I mean, I read the paper. It wasn't, it didn't tell you who played Adam. It just said, okay, because you know when they're casting voices, they use references. Like from, a good example, and for Murder Jones, they're looking for a voice kind of like Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the voice references. For this one, it was, they wanted the they wanted, their voice reference was the singer of Led Zeppelin. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I think so.
They wanted a singing voice like that. That's what they're looking for. And that's pretty much it. And then I remember... Okay, when that happened, we never saw that person on Twitter again, I guess because they got in trouble. And then somebody, I don't know who, but there's a famous person, I'm not going to say their name, that's known for doing leaks of a has-been. You know, they still have videos on Twitter for doing so.
Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot of these people don't know when they're working on a project like this, they do have to sign an NDA.
Yeah, I was gonna pull that up.
Yeah, because obviously a lot of money is being put in a project, and they don't obviously want anybody to say anything, you know? And I thought this only happened to shows. It turns out it happens to, like, books and comics and everything. Yeah. Because I remember when the last Harry Potter book got released, only a handful of people knew what happened at the end, and they had to sign an NDA. They couldn't say anything until the book came out, like, 2 weeks later. Yeah. And then one of the clips I did accidentally see, because one of them was Alistair's song and one of them was a Lucifer song. You know, but the thing is, I wasn't intentionally trying to see it. I was just on Twitter, minding my own business, you know? I was on Twitter, minding my own business, and then it popped out. And I was just listening to a sound of another video, so I did hear a little bit, but it was scratch audio. As in, it wasn't the actual, you know, voice singing it.
Yeah.
But it was an animation. It was more like not storyboard, like test animation. You know, before they had the color, just the line art animation. You know, and it wasn't until when I saw It Has Been a Hotel for like the freaking 30th time that it said that I remembered it was Lucifer's song, the one when he goes Champagne Mountains, you know, Champagne Fountain, Caviar Mountains, that's just a start. Yeah, it was that. And then right when I was looking at it, it disappeared.
Oh shit!
Now I'm serious.
You know, it disappeared. Yeah, but leaking's not fun. I mean, to be honest, a lot of these leaks are kids that are doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are kids that are doing it, and they think, oh, it's funny. I just gotta apologize, but they also gotta understand, like, nowadays they don't give them a slap on the wrist like they do back then. They give them the full book. Like, remember when that kid leaked the FNAF trailer? Yeah, he leaked the FNAF trailer and he got into a lot of trouble, and the parents were like, well, he said he was sorry, but they don't understand how much trouble this kid was in. Because, one, he lied about his age, because you know when you do those online surveys, you gotta be 18 years old so you can get paid?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, so this kid lied about his age. He was 16. And he put he was 18. And then before they do anything, they have to sign a paper that they can't talk about what they've seen to do the survey. And then he recorded it and he posted it on YouTube, and then it got on Facebook and it got everywhere.
Yeah.
So the parents were like, oh no, he's just a kid. He said he's sorry. The studios were like, no, you don't understand how much trouble this kid is
Aren't you
in.
worried?
And last time I read about that article is that kid was going to face serious consequence. That the studio, I don't remember if they sued him or anything, but from what I remember is that he got into a lot of trouble. And then that was it. They couldn't disclose any more information because he was underage.
Yeah, if you try to leak out a project, it can cause a whole lot of trouble, which these kids can't really seem to understand.
Yeah, they don't understand, especially since, like, now with Has Been, I'll tell you, you need to understand a lot of work went into Has Been. Like, a lot of work. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of us have been waiting for years for this, and then we haven't, like, you know, we're patiently waiting, and then obviously the people who do that are so freaking impatient that they just started, they're like, hey, we're gonna leak it, you know, but why? Do you want to ruin it for the people that were patiently waiting? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I actually got into an argument. I actually got into an argument with my cousins, because we went to a family gathering last weekend.
Aren't you worried?
I believe so.
Yeah, and I was wearing my box shirt from Has Been Hotel, and my cousins were like, "Hey, that's cool." And I told them, "Let me guess." I go, "Let me guess. Y'all saw the show on Amazon Prime, right?" They go, "Heck yeah, we did." And I go, "Oh my gosh." Now here's the thing about this. I mean, now for the kind of people my cousins are, they're, what are they called? Mainstream people? Like they watch whatever's in theaters. You know what I mean? And the term that we used back then were called posers. I know it sounds rude, but that was the term we used back then. You know, like for an example, Batman. When all the Batman live-action movies came out, the normies would watch them and they would say, "Oh yeah, I'm a Batman fan." They have never read the comic books.
Or play any of the games.
Yeah, they never read the comic books. They never played the games. They never see the cartoon shows. They just watch the movies. You know, they watch whatever was out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And thus, the term I'm using was an old term. You know, posers. So my cousins were like, "Oh yeah, man, we like this show. We only saw it because it was on Prime and everything." And honestly, me being like a Has-Been Hotel fan that's been here, not since the beginning, but I was here supporting the series, like when the pilot came out.
Buying the original merch.
Yeah, buying the original merch, and I just went off when they said that. I mean, they kind of understood it. And I was like, really? Oh my gosh, y'all guys are a bunch of posers. You know, I was here. You know what I mean? I was here supporting the series. I bought in all the shirts. I got in all the pins. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was supporting it right here. Because I understand if you're new and you're into a show, but it just irks me, you know, for the posers. Like, oh yeah, they only like it because the show came out and that's it. And the one thing I do hate are people that just, what is it called? They just binge watch everything.
Yeah.
You know, they don't enjoy it. They just binge watch it, which is why I do like, the Hell of a Boss community, because, you know, we have to wait for a while for an episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being very patient. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? You know, I get it. You know, because we've been patient on every episode. I mean, New Moon just came out. Is it New Moon?
Full Moon.
Yeah, Full Moon just came out, and we're waiting a while for that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're patiently waiting. I just didn't like the fact that, you know, you had fans that have been waiting like 4 years. There's people that have been waiting longer, you know, for Has-Been Hotel to come out, and then they gotta wait a little bit longer for the show.
Yeah.
And you have these new people that just want to go in and say, "Oh yeah, I'm a fan." I mean, believe it or not, when what was that convention? Because I went to a small convention with sister, and then I took you the next day because I got 2-day passes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got. Wait, no, I got 3 2-day passes for Friday and no, it was a Saturday and Sunday convention. It was a small convention, you know. It was still new, and I took older sister, and that's right. You went Saturday, and then y'all guys didn't want to go the next day, and then the next day I took a roommate and I took her little brother. Yeah, and I had my Ida bag with all my Angel Dust pins and a bunch of, I guess, new fans who saw my backpack and they're like, "Oh my gosh, where'd you get all these pins?" Because believe it or not, a lot of the new people don't know that we support the artists in the community that make the pins. And I was telling them about it. They're like, "Oh, that's so cool, man. We didn't know Has-Been Hotel already had pins." You know, I explained to them, "Oh no, I mean the pins I had in my backpack, some of them are official. They're Sharp Robot, but a lot of them were from artists from the community." I mean, it feels kind of pretty weird. I mean, Joe was telling me that she went to a convention with her sister. And this is when we talked over on Discord, you know, when I was thanking her for the box stuff that she gave me. And she was telling me, "Yeah, man, I was just walking my own business and a random guy just yelled at me. You know, I was just walking around the dealer's room and some guy just yelled, 'Hey, I'm jealous of your backpack.'" And she was like, "Thank you," all awkwardly. But you know, I mean, I love my pins. I just get kind of jealous because she has a bigger backpack. She has more pins than I do. And it's like every time she brings that backpack to the convention, she's always the belle of the ball. You know what I mean? People see her backpack and they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at all your Angel Dust pins." And I go, "I have pins too," but they're not as big of a collection. You know. They're not as big as a collection as hers is, but I'm still trying to build my collection bigger.
Love 30.
I need more spiders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember talking to her about it. I go, dude, you have so much angel pins in it. And she tells me, well, this isn't the full collection. I go, what do you mean the full collection? You have more? She goes, yeah, I have more pins, but I can't bring them because they're too inappropriate. And I always keep my pins like PG-13 related at conventions. And I go,
Come on.
you have more pins? You know? I go,
Yeah.
you have more pins? She goes, yes, I have quote-unquote special pins. I go, I want to see. You know? I go, I want to see these special pins that you speak of.
And speaking of pins, wasn't one of the convention did had a Shark Robot booth and everybody was dogpiling on them?
Apparently, from my understanding, I remember back in the day before Shark Robot became a really popular name, I remember Shark Robot used to go to San Japan, but they would just have t-shirts. And I remember one time, because I don't know what you were doing something. But I remember one time,
No.
are you familiar with the artist Weedman?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen his work.
It's been a while since he still draws, but anyways. Yeah, like one time, San Japan had a rule because back in the day they used to put dealer's room and artist alleys together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was the first year that they had to separate them. And what happened was that Funimation had their booth there.
Sure.
So, since Shark Robot, since they do hire artists to draw, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since I remember because they had Team 4-Star, they do official YouTube merch, and they also sometimes have artists. And what happened was that they had a Soul Eater poster drawn by Bleedman, and I recognized his work right away. I really wanted to buy it, but I overheard them on Friday that they couldn't sell it because one, they weren't in the artist alley, and two, Funimation tell them they can't because it's Funimation property.
Sure.
Now, it would be different if they're selling it in the artist alley. Then they could sell it, but they couldn't because they were in the dealer's room with Funimation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I really wanted to buy that poster, but I didn't want to ask. It wasn't until Sunday I asked him about it. I mean, I was scared, being the awkward nerd I was. I was scared, so I asked for the manager. And I talked. Well, it wasn't the manager. I talked to the manager, and the employee was all like, "You don't need the manager. I can help you." So I whispered to her. I go, "Hey, I know y'all have a Soul Eater poster drawn by Bleedman, and Funimation told y'all can't sell it. Is there any way y'all guys can sell it to me under the table?" And then they were looking at me, and then she talks to her manager, and the manager goes up to me, like she whispers to me. She goes, I'll go ahead and sell you the poster, but you can't say anything, okay? Because this will cost Shark Robot their booth. And I said, okay, so I bought the poster, and then I was a happy little nerd. Yeah, but this was a long time ago, so I can imagine Shark Robot. Wait a minute, what year was this?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
But now they only showed up at Level Up Expo, but that's pretty much it.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to run to the restroom.
We were having a potty break. In the meantime, I was watching a video on how to cook octopus.
Delicious.
I know octopus is delicious, but I always think of Sergeant Frog. Remember when they were making the octopus balls?
Yeah.
And who was cooking?
Doro was cooking?
Yeah. Doro was cooking. He was putting like 2 and 3 per ball, and freaking Hero goes, "Why are you putting 2 or 3 for a ball? You only put 1. What am I, made of money?" I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, if I'm right there, then who the hell's that?
It's a doppelganger. Do you know study shows that everybody on Earth at least has 1 or 2 doppelgangers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wonder.
15 love.
I wonder. I mean, I think it would be pretty cool to meet a doppelganger. I'll be like, oh my gosh, you're me, and you're me, like Scooby-Doo.
Uh-huh.
Zoinks.
Gee.
You're me.
30 love.
Would you like to hear something funny that happened at work?
Okay.
Okay. So at work in the office, a lot of people know this. I give a lot of people nicknames, you know, at work. And there's this guy. He's a big guy, and I do call him Mammon. You know, cause he's not fat. He's just a big guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And me, him, Old Man, which is another coworker, and then a couple of other guys. We were talking about adult cartoons. You know what I mean? We're talking about adult cartoons, and I asked Mammon, "Hey man, have you seen BoJack Horseman?" Now that being said, brother, have you seen BoJack Horseman?
Only small clips.
Okay, so I've seen all of BoJack Horseman. And I asked him, "Hey man, have you seen BoJack Horseman?" And Mammon goes, "No, because I think it's a stupid adult cartoon." And I told him, "What's stupid about BoJack Horseman?" He goes, "Because it's a horse that talks." I go, "And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a stupid cartoon just because it has talking horses." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he said he doesn't watch it because he thinks it's stupid. And I go, a stupid show is Big Mouth. Again, have you seen Big Mouth?
No, because why is it that when it comes to adult animation, why does it be so damn ugly? Which is true.
Oh my gosh, no. You say that, it kind of reminds me of a meme that says Western animation back then, you know, was good, and now Western animation now is stupid. Anyways, yeah, I told him Big Mouth is a dumb show, alright? It's a show I wouldn't think you would like. I mean, if you can't handle South Park, I don't think you can handle Big Mouth.
I only seen a few clips of South Park.
I mean, South Park is funny, but anyways, right? And like, you know, and Old Man goes, "What about Archer?" You know? And Mammon goes, "Look, man, I can't see adult animation." Alright? And he goes, "As for Archer," and this is his words, not mine. I'm gonna wait till it stops glitching.
I am not sure what happened.
I don't know. I mean, it happens.
We'll be right back to fix this.
Yep.
Sorry about that, my entire system crashed.
Yep. It's about time we should update our equipment.
Yeah, but I don't think I could find another 360. The Xbox 360, one of the... I'm trying to remember which model was the last one.
I'm trying to remember what the heck was I talking about before it crashed.
I don't know.
I forgot what the heck we were talking about.
Yeah.
Talked about a lot of things. I remember talking about Shark Robot. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, how people kept on buying a lot of pins and reselling them.
Yeah, I just don't like the scalpers because they'll buy pins and they would sell them for a lot. I really don't.
15 love.
I don't support scalpers. You know what I mean? I mean, I understand somebody's looking for a pin that you can't find anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I participated in a trade. I can't say for who, but I participated in a trade recently with an artist. And she was looking for Valentino and box pins. But she was looking for original Shark Robot.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I had an extra box pin that I trade, you know, because I already had one on my pin board.
40 love.
So I went ahead, I traded the other box pin, and then she was looking for Valentino. And I traded a Valentino pin that I had. It was done by an artist. Because you gotta understand, once it goes to pins, the reason why pins get worth a lot of money because the artist doesn't make them anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so I have the monster transformation angel pin, the spider transformation angel pin.
Yeah.
And they also made a monster Valentino moth transformation pin. And that's the one I traded out because I only got it because it was a set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I only got them because they were a set. Because normally I keep pin sets together, but I fell in love with the angel, then I did Val. That was not the only Valentino pin I have. I have another Valentino pin. But I happily traded that one because, you know, because the artist is really looking for something. You You know, but I can't say what I traded it for. But yeah, I did a trade with that artist for that pin, and I'm okay with doing that because pin trading is easier than just like if you're looking for a certain pin. If you're looking for a certain pin, you know, people are gonna want to charge $70.
That's how they are.
Yeah, like Joe has an Alistair pin. It's oh my gosh, every time I see it, it's awesome. And it's the rarest Alistair pin in her collection. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's also by Squid Ink. It's the Alistair with the Furby organ.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, Furby organ Alistair. That she got that when it was first available for pre-order. She said it was the most expensive pin to pre-order because the pin, I mean, you seen the pin, it's freaking huge. It's a huge pin. It had lots of colors. And then people were looking for it, you know, because that pin doubled from what it's worth. And she brings it to conventions to show it off. People do take pictures of it. You know, they take pictures of it, they see it, but she doesn't want to trade it because it's her favorite Alistair pin. And it took her a while to get it.
Yeah.
She waited a long time to get it. Because you gotta understand, Squid Ink does awesome pins. You know, they're always, I mean, she does pre-order, but it's like, it's rare.
Too easy.
She does pre-orders. And speaking of which, I gotta place my order tomorrow if I have time. Yeah, tomorrow's the last day.
In order for what?
Because she posted more pins.
Oh,
and
okay.
I'm trying to keep up with Joe here. You know, she has 2 pins that I'm eyeballing because one of them was old design, and this is my chance to get it. Like I said, when she makes pins, it's like, holy cow, you gotta pre-order it because you don't know
what's gonna happen.
No, because you don't know the next time she's gonna. Because remember, a lot of these artists, when they do pins, they don't reorder their pins.
Nope.
You know, they don't, and I'm like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I should have done it. Well, this time, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-order, but I have to wait to order it tomorrow when I get paid. I have to pay my bills. Right after I pay my bills.
Yep.
I have to pay my bills, and then I can order the pins.
40 love.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing, brother?
Trying to get other projects going, and I wish I could find an on-hand artist to work 24/7, because I really do want to post fan art at the end of each videos.
You know, to do that, we need fans, right?
I know that.
We don't have a lot of fans, which is fine though, because I still enjoy recording these videos.
Like, I have okay, I can work with the MMD program, just that I cannot draw what I'm thinking. I could only provide reference pictures, just to help the artists know what I'm going for.
I mean, a lot of artists do admit that helps them sometimes. I know Jill works with a lot of artists, and she draws it the best way they can, and then after that she gives her notes. I mean, I don't know how that works. I only got one commission, and that was that Jax commission. I never got another commission since, so I don't know.
I've been hearing a lot of things that it's amazing this is circus related, that we might get episode 3 soon.
What?
That we might get episode 3 soon.
I heard that might be a Zubo episode.
That's what a lot of people keep on saying. Because she didn't want to mess with the new AI last time.
Let's see, what have I been up to besides trying to get pins and working? Let's see here. I am working with an artist on a project that I can't talk about. You know, NDA. You know, and the coolest thing about this project is that I got a tablet. I know, I'm all happy because I can't say who I'm working with now, but I'm working with an artist, you know, as like a side gig, something else for me to do, you know, and because like I said in the beginning, you know, I help other artists making their merchandise and such, but this project's different. Yeah, I was given a drawing tablet by this artist, you know, and I was like, I don't even know how to draw, but thank you for the drawing tablet. And they're like, oh no, you don't need to know how to draw. You just gotta learn how to work the program and you're good to go.
Man, this is one tense match.
I mean, I can't say what it is, but what I remember, we might make an announcement by the end of the month. No official date, but it is has been related though. No official date.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because me, you know, I can't draw, and here I am with the drawing tab. I actually brought it with me. It's on your bed in your room, but I don't want to get up and go grab it.
Yeah.
I like how I have a tablet for work, but when I'm bored, I look at YouTube videos. My roommate was like, "That's not what that tablet's for. That tablet is for you to work." And I go, "I know, but I like using it to watch videos." I can't think of Peter Griffin, remember?
Yeah.
When he goes, "Lois, where's my pooping tablet?" And freaking Stewie goes, "Is that why I keep getting pink on?" I think so.
And now that the recording of season 2 of Has Been, a lot of people are going crazy over it.
Oh, and not just that, a lot of people that are in the community, well, not a lot, but a handful of them, started working for Spindle Horse, and they're working at Has Been Hotel season 2, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That means animation is going. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know, man. I want to know if Has Been Hotel stuff's gonna be at a hot topic. The only problem is, I know all the posers are gonna be, you know, are gonna be getting the shirts and wearing them. I mean, I get it; it's to support the show, but it isn't not the same. Not the same that it was in the beginning, you know. But still, though, I should be happy that Has Been Hotel is out. There's people watching the show and everything. But I guess the only downside is now we get more quote-unquote opinions. But you know how it is. Everybody wants to be a critic.
Yeah.
Are we going to do one more?
No, this one's a time attack. I guess we could call it. Time attack.
Well, maybe next time.
Okay, have a great day. Good night. Bye.
Bye.